Hello everyone, I am Dr. Rajninkar and today I am going to deliver a short lecture on the topic Masculinity, Femininity and Patriarchy. I have chosen these three topics from my paper Gender, School and Society. So now I am going to start my lecture with my first topic, that is masculinity. Now, what is masculinity? Masculinity is a term which is derived from the Latin word masculinus, which means male, and the another is masculus, which means worthy for man. So therefore, we can say that masculinity refers to the behaviors, social roles and relations of a man within a given society, and as well as the meanings attributed to them. Masculinity is also known as manhood or manliness. According to the Heron, the definition of masculinity is that it is characteristics, qualities or roles usually attributed to men. Now, the next is femininity. Femininity is also called girlishness, womanliness or womanhood. It is a set of attributes, behaviors and roles generally associated with girls and women. Femininity is socially constructed but made up of both socially defined and biologically created factors. The roles and responsibilities of males and females are decided or created by society to have a differentiation or a distinction between the roles of men and women in the society. If we take up the example of roles of men and women or a boys and girls in the society, then we can say that, or usually society says that girls cry but boys don't. Boys fight, don't. Man is the breadwinner in the family. Female has to take care the children and to give services, take care the elder people in the society or the family. Now, the next term is meaning of patriarchy. Patriarchy literally means the rule of the or the rule of the elderly male person in the family. It is a system or society or government in which the father or eldest male is head of the family and descent is reckoned through the male line. According to the dictionary.com, a form of social organization in which the father is the supreme authority in the family, clan or tribe, and descent is reckoned in the male line, with the children belonging to the father's clan or tribe. It means the children are always carry the surname of their father. Patriarchal means the patriarchal society where the father's power and transfer of power from the father and succession lead to the son. It is also one of the important characteristics of the patriarchal society that powers after the father transfer to the son, not to the daughter, and the hereditary, the property rights also transfer from the father to the son. But now, after the act of inheritance, scenario has changed. What are the characteristics of patriarchal society or the system? The very first characteristic is the focal point in the arrangement is men. Means all the decisions taken by men or the activities are governed or controlled by men. Next is, the system has been in existence in the Indian social system for a long time and is still prevalent today. The next is, this system understands its responsibility towards women, but at present, the equality and freedom of women is also being violated by this system. Means the freedom to move or to choose the profession, career, it is still under the control of men. They decided what is to be selected, what is to be opted by the women for themselves. In this arrangement, men make decisions at home and outside. And that we have seen very frequently in our families, that if mother wants to take, or sister wants to take, or wife take some decision related to the children, the family responsibilities, they usually first consult with the husband or the father or the son. But if the man wants to take some decision about the family or the children or in any of the family member, then they take decision by their own, and sometimes they don't feel that they would consult it with the other female member of the family. Men are at the center of socio-economic, cultural, political and religious activities. Women are not considered trailing men or follower of men in this system. And in our family, we also have seen that the mother or the elderly women in the family always try to convince their daughter by saying that it is your responsibility that you should follow your husband and you should always obey to him. Next is discrimination between boys and women or girls is done by this arrangement both at home and outside. Economic need is met by the men in this system, which means men is considered as the breadwinner in the family or the society. Through this system, the feeling of superiority goes on in the children from the beginning, due to which gender-based discrimination occurs. Through this system, the condition of women is becoming pathetic both at home and outside, because men start understanding women as their heritage and treated them as an object. This is also one of the reasons when we face, or the women face, so many issues related to them when they move outside for some or other purposes. Gender discrimination is the result of social evils also, like female foeticide, female infanticide, and so on. Power control in patriarchal system. The patriarchal and patrilineal system is a long-standing system of our society, and in this system, the control of power has been handed over to the man in the society. But the man started misusing this power by themselves superior to the females. Now, the education status of boys and girls in patriarchal society. The educational status of boys and girls under the patrilineal and patriarchal society or the social system is the status of men is dominant under the social system, due to which attention is given to the education of boys. We cannot talk about the education of girls when we only talk about the education in metropolitan cities. If we are talking about the whole education system, we have to consider the education of girls in rural areas or the remote areas, where the boys always consider to be the focal point of the family, and education of boys is always promoted by the family members. But the girls' education is not very important for them. So the girls do not have more opportunities to get education or to pursue education. In rural areas, dropout rate of girls from the school education is also very high as compared to the boys. In this system, instead of taking education, girls are employed in domestic works. Where proper education of children is made, the need for girl child education is not taken seriously. Girls are more prone to loss in wastage and stagnation. the interests and needs are not taken care in the education system of girls. In the last slide, we have seen that the education status of boys and girls in patriarchal society. But now, if we talk about the education status of boys and girls in matriarchal society or the matrilineal society, then we have found not many differences. Matriarchal society is the one in which the head is the elder female member, the society or the mother. Matrilineal lineage means a social system where the transfer of power and succession is from mother to daughter and not to the son. The importance is given to the daughter in matrilineal society, but it doesn't mean that the son is less important to the daughter. The Harappan society was probably matriarchal society, and we have the evidences in excavations, as revealed by the status and images of the goddess, while the Vedic society was patriarchal. What are the characteristics of matrilineal and matriarchal society? So the characteristics are like that. In matrilineal society, power is transferred to mother and then to daughter. Mother dominance in the mother-headed society and mother name is also seen. It means the children of the family carry the surname of their mother instead of their father. Women are dominant in both matrilineal and maternal dominated societies, have the freedom to take important decisions in matriarchal and maternal dominated societies. Economic security of women is ensured in matriarchal and maternal dominated societies. That's why the education status of girls in matriarchal societies is comparatively higher than the patriarchal societies. Women participate in every function and ritual in the matriarchal and maternal society. But even though in patriarchal society, the center point or the focal point of all the religious activities are men's, like women's used to have various fasts like Karwa Chauth. Again, it is the fast which is followed by the female for the life or the span of his husband. And another fast, Ahoi Ashtami, that is also for the sun. Power control in matriarchal and matrilineal societies. The work of establishing power control is done in the matriarchal and maternal dominated societies is as follows. This system is a system of controlling power in society, and that is true in the hands of women. Though this system, the victims of marginalization get an opportunity to come before the society and show their talent, means the opportunity which is not given to the women in patriarchal societies, it is readily available, or these opportunities are readily available to the women in matrilineal society. Through this system, the centralization of power for years which was towards men comes to an end. It means in this system, the power is also in the control of women's. Through this system, the concept of male supremacy and superiority of man, which has been prevalent in the public for years, end. This system is also admirable and commendable in terms of economic and educational progress of women, and which is really essential for the development of our society, and not only the society but also to our nation in terms of economic and educational progress of women. And that is the foremost requirement of our nation and the objective of women empowerment. In this system, the power of the male section of the society is controlled further by the women. With this system, women have centralization of economic resources for power